The trading station orbiting Kepler 442b buzzed with the usual cacophony of 100 different species conducting business. Elena Chen wiped down the counter of her small repair shop, her calloused hands moving with practiced efficiency. 3 years she'd been out here in the frontier stations, fixing broken equipment for whoever could pay, and she'd learned one universal truth. Bullies existed on every world. The Kralix who entered her shop proved that point immediately. He was massive, even for his species, nearly 8 feet of chitinous armor and rippling muscle. His mandibles clicked in what Elena had learned was their version of a sneer. 2 more Kralix flanked him, blocking the exit. "Human?" the leader hissed, his translator rendering his words in flat mechanical tones. "You repaired the hauler for the Then merchant last cycle." "I repair lots of things," Elena said carefully, setting down her cleaning rag. "That's kind of the job description. He paid you before he paid his protection fees." The Kralix took a step closer, his clawed feet scraping against the metal floor. "That credits belong to Vexthor. To me." Elena's jaw tightened. She'd heard about Vexthor, a small-time thug who'd been squeezing the independent merchants on this station for months. Station security looked the other way, as they always did when humans were involved. They were too new to the galactic community, too unproven, expendable. "The Then paid me for services rendered," she said evenly. "That's how commerce works. Maybe you've heard of it?" The sarcasm was a mistake. Vexthor's hand shot out faster than something his size should move, but Elena had spent 2 years in the Belt Wars before mustering out, and her reflexes hadn't dulled. She ducked under the swipe, backing toward her workbench. "You dare mock Vexthor?" His voice rose to a roar. "I will teach you respect, soft skin." That's when Nicholas burst through the back door. "Elena, I got those—" He froze, taking in the scene. Nicholas Rodriguez had been her partner for 6 months now, a former combat engineer with an easy smile and nerves of steel. The smile was gone. "We got a problem?" "Nothing I can't handle," Elena said, though her heart hammered in her chest. Vexthor's mandibles spread wide in what might have been a laugh. "2 humans, even better. You will both learn what happens to those who defy the Kralix." He produced a vial from his belt, a container filled with bubbling green liquid. Elena's blood ran cold. She'd seen Kralix acid before. It could eat through hull plating. "Last chance," Vexthor said. "Give me what I'm owed. Plus, compensation for my inconvenience." "Go to hell," Elena said. The vial flew through the air in a lazy arc. Elena tried to dodge, but in the confined space of the shop, there was nowhere to go. The container shattered against her left forearm, and the world became pain. The acid ate through her sleeve in seconds, sizzling against her skin. Elena bit back a scream, refusing to give Vexthor the satisfaction. Through tear-blurred vision, she saw Nicholas moving, saw the other 2 Kralix advancing. Then something strange happened. The pain stopped spreading. Elena looked down at her arm, expecting to see bone. Instead, she saw angry red burns, blistering and terrible, but not deepening. The acid had stopped eating through her flesh. Vexthor stared, his mandibles trembling with confusion. "Impossible. Kralix acid dissolves all organic matter." "Not all organic matter," Nicholas said quietly. He'd stopped moving, a strange expression on his face, almost pride. "You really don't know anything about humans, do you?" Elena understood then. During their evolutionary history, humanity had developed an incredible ability to adapt, to endure. Their bodies fought back against toxins, produced antibodies, created barriers. The acid had triggered an immediate inflammatory response, her blood flooding the area, her body's defenses kicking into overdrive. It hurt like nothing she'd ever felt, but it had stopped. and Elena Chen was very, very angry. She looked up at Vexthor, flexing the fingers of her acid-burned hand. They moved. Everything worked. The Kralix's eyes widened, all four of them. "You wanted to teach me a lesson," Elena said, her voice deadly calm. She started walking forward. "Let me teach you one instead." Vexthor swung at her, those massive claws aimed at her head. But Elena had fought in zero-G combat, had wrestled with equipment in hard vacuum, had survived things that would have killed softer species. She slipped inside his guard, ignoring the fire in her left arm, and drove her burned hand straight into his throat. The Kralix had armor everywhere, except the joints, and Elena knew exactly where those weak points were. Vexthor staggered back, choking. His guards rushed forward, but Nicholas was already there, a plasma wrench in hand. The fight was short and brutal. The Kralix were stronger, but they'd never faced an enemy that could take their best shot and keep coming. When it was over, Vexthor and his cronies limped out of the shop, their pride as damaged as their chitin. At the door, Vexthor turned back. "This isn't over, human." Elena raised her burned hand in a gesture that needed no translation. "Anytime you want another lesson, you know where to find me." After they left, Nicholas helped her bandage the arm. It would scar, probably badly, but it would heal. "You know they'll come back," Nicholas said softly. "Let them." Elena looked at her reflection in the polished metal of her workbench. Her arm throbbed, her hands shook with adrenaline crash, but she was smiling. "Every bully in this station needs to learn the same thing Vexthor just learned." "What's that?" "Humans don't break easy, and we remember." Word spread fast on a station. By the next cycle, Elena had 3 new customers, all merchants who'd been paying protection to Vexthor. The cycle after that, station security finally started doing their jobs. And Elena Chen kept fixing things with her scarred hand, a permanent reminder that humanity had earned its place among the stars not through superior technology or ancient lineage, but through sheer, stubborn refusal to stay down. That was the human way. That was HFY.